this overboard now. I want you to
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about the worst dates I've been on. Now, the ones that I can really remember are two, and they both dealt with the movies. Don't know why people love to take me to the movies, but I'm not a movie person. Like, I will stay at home and watch a movie by myself because after this, I'm good. Okay, so I really like this guy at my school, and I can't remember if it was my junior year, sophomore year. I'm really not too sure, but I know that I really like this guy, and we both played basketball, so we would always see each other, but we never spoke to each other or anything. And one day I was with my best friend, and I think we were eating or something, and we were waiting to leave because we had a basketball game. So we were just watching the boys warm up, and he happened to be on like the sidelines by the benches, and he was just sitting down talking to his friend. And so he came over and asked me for something. After that, we ended up just, saying hi to each other, very brief conversations, and somehow he got my Instagram, he followed me on Instagram, and he DM'd me. So we started DMing each other back and forth, and eventually he got my number, and he told me that he liked me. So I'm like, hey, I like you too. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. And so he had asked me if I wanted to go on a date with him. I was like, yeah, of course I'd go on a date with you. So he's like, okay, well, let's go to the movies, be here at this time. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I'm at the theater, and I see him, and so we're waiting in line, and we're talking about what movie we want to watch. We finally figured it out, and so the lady asked what movie we wanted to see. So he's like, oh, can I get a ticket to so-and-so? And like in my head, I'm like, wait, hold on, like, is he buying his ticket? I'm like, wait. So then she gives him one ticket, and he pulls out his like $7, whatever. He's like, here you go. Then she asked me, and like in my head, I'm like, hold on, did this guy ask me to go on a date with him, but not even gonna buy my ticket? Whatever. So after that, I'm like, okay, so I buy my own ticket, we go into the theater, and, we get into the movie theater, we're sitting down, we find our seats, we sit down, and while we're watching the movie, he's like, hey, I'm kind of hungry, can you get me some food? And I'm looking at him like, I'm like in my head, I'm like, should I get him something? Should I say no because he didn't buy my ticket? Like, what type of date is this? I'm so confused. So anyways, like, yeah, like, here's some money, go get what you want. And then he had the audacity to say, can you go get it for me? I wanted to fight this dude right after this whole freaking movie. Like, I was really like, bro, like, what is up? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, okay, is this his first date? Like, I don't even understand what's going on at this point because this has never happened to me before. I don't know how to go about it. So I'm just like, man, whatever, bro. So I go get him some food or whatever. After the movie's over, I'm like, okay, like, I get to go home. Finally, the movie's over. Boom. No, he had other plans. So he was like, hey, you want to play a game? In my head, I'm like, oh my god, I swear if this dude gonna tell me to go get him some gosh darn tokens. So I'm like, yeah, I'll play some games with you. He's like, okay, well, I got my tokens already, so like, can you go get yours and then we can play? I'm like, bro, whatever. Now, after this whole thing, it just didn't work. We didn't work out. It wasn't gonna work. But I mean, guys, if you're gonna ask a girl out on a date and it's the first time, you should at least be paying for her stuff. You asked her on a date. She didn't ask you. Now it'd be different. If I would have asked him to go on a date with me, then I probably would have paid for his stuff. No, he asked me to go on a date with him. So I'm like, okay, yeah, like I expected him to buy my stuff. Anyways, now the second story. Funny. So there was another guy. I really liked him. I met him through a mutual friend and he wanted to take me out on a date. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go on a date, figure out the movie. We already got the plan down, right? He hits me up a couple of hours before and he's like, hey, I can't come and get you. Like, can you meet me up there? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I get up there, right? Then he texts me. I'm waiting for like 30 minutes. Then he texts me. He's like, hey, can you get my ticket? And just go inside and just wait, and I'll text you when I get here so you could come out and give me my ticket. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Bro, dude ain't even show up. The dude did not show up. I went into the movies, right? I watched the movie by myself. I paid for a ticket that wasn't even used. And I'm like, what? Like, are you kidding me? What? So after he had this whole long story about his uncle and how something happened and all this other stuff, I'm like, bro, like, you really could have just told me you wasn't gonna make it, you didn't want to go, whatever. Then he's like, well, I really don't like movies anyways, so it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay. Like, not only did I watch the movie by myself, but I also paid for a ticket that wasn't even used. I was very upset. But yeah, those were the worst dates that I went on. I really don't go on dates like that, but like, don't take me to the movies anymore. Like, me and the movies have really bad experiences. Like, I don't know if it's the dudes or the movies. But yeah, so get you a guy who's gonna, you know, not gonna stand you up and who gonna pay for your stuff and his. But yeah, and like, I don't hold any grudges towards these guys. I'm not gonna say their name, but I don't hold a grudge towards you guys. Just not gonna happen ever again. Like, it was so bad. I've never been stood up, nor have I ever had to pay for my own ticket, as far as like, you know, ticket, food, games, you know, and got asked on a date. So, you know, anyways. So let me know what y'all experiences was like, because I'm very curious. Because am I the only one that's ever gone through this? Like, I really feel like I'm the only person that's gone through this. And I tell people, like, I tell my friends and they legit, like, they laugh at me. And I'm like, yeah, forget you. You're messed up, bro. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to comment. Alright, I'm out.